Hey everyone, it's Juan here. I wanted to give you a quick update over the last video that we published on my YouTube channel. Now, the first thing I need to know is that these are part of our AMAs that I hold on the fourth Friday of every month. If you want to check those out, please join the Discord group. This is not me just plugging the Discord. There's actually a bigger reason why I'm explaining this. A couple of reasons. Well, number one, this was recorded on September 25. And second, it was part of a much longer discussion that continued on Discord even after we wrapped up our AMA. But I know that many of you are watching these videos, but you're not necessarily subscribed to the Discord. And this video is for all of you. Now, the main takeaway from that video that was a little longer than I liked was about 22 minutes. But the main takeaway was that Bitcoin had to rally in order to negate a pretty bearish scenario that would have potentially signaled that mid-August, this high here that you see here is August 14th, was a 4-year cycle high. I also introduced a caveat there, or a disclaimer that said it's too early to say if this is a 4-year cycle high or not. But if Bitcoin hypothetically had crossed below this red line here, which is the 80-day cycle low that took place in late August, if that had happened, that would have been a pretty bearish development that could have potentially signaled that mid-August was a 4-year cycle high. Now, luckily, that didn't happen. So the main takeaway of the video is, hey, Bitcoin needs to rally, and it needs to rally strongly. Sure enough, it did. I had no idea when we were recording this video whether or not that would happen. I had my suspicions because global liquidity, or central bank liquidity rather, is flatlining. And if Bitcoin had crossed below this red level, that would have signaled that Bitcoin's correction is only just getting started, which would have negated this sideways correction that you see here from global liquidity. So we would have seen Bitcoin go down while global liquidity goes flat. We've seen that before. Don't get me wrong, Q4 2021, we did see that. We're probably going to discuss that in the October AMA, which is going to take place on the fourth Friday of this month, the month of October. But regardless of that, I just flagged that as a warning that Bitcoin needed to rally, and it needed to rally strongly. Now, luckily, it did so, and so it negated this bearish scenario. So the question we asked at the start of the video is this a 4-year cycle high? Is the bull market over? The TLDR version is, short version is, no, it's not over. Now, I did get one thing wrong in that video, and this is what inspired me to shoot this quick video for everyone out there. And that is that I used this line, this 80-day cycle VTL. It's drawn by connecting these two 80-day cycle lows. We have one on June 22nd, and the next one came in late August. This is the VTL that we see here. Now, this VTL is drawn with dashed lines because it's actually an unconfirmed VTL. And the reason for that is, again, I'll discuss this more in depth, those of you who want to know, on the upcoming AMA, but basically suffice to say that this VTL was crossed too soon. My computer model uses a timing window in order to confirm these cycle lows of about 30 days. Any VTL crossovers that take place within that 30-day window are ignored. And you can see why. It's because Bitcoin can drop below it and then go back above. My mistake was in thinking that this VTL was not only valid, but it actually mattered. And so I wasn't really looking at this VTL. I wasn't really concerned about Bitcoin crossing this imaginary line, but I was concerned that Bitcoin would cross below the 80-day cycle low. And what I said at the end of that video, and this is the part that I got wrong, is that if this VTL was crossed, prices crossed below this VTL, that would signal that prices would cross below the 80-day cycle low. Also, obviously, that didn't happen. Bitcoin crossed below the VTL. It only stayed there for a couple of days, and then it started rallying strongly. It completely ignored the fact that we had that line in there. But I just wanted to shoot this quick video out to you because main takeaway here is that Bitcoin needed to rally in order to stay within this range and potentially extend the bull market into 2026, which is by my base case. But in order for that to happen, Bitcoin had to rally, and thank God it did. It's trading at 120,000 as I'm recording this. A lot of people are saying, or getting pretty excited about this breakup. They're thinking maybe the breakup to new all-time highs is just around the corner. That is not really my base case still, even though I have to say, I'm quite impressed by this move, but it's still not my base case that Bitcoin is going to break out just yet, simply because liquidity, central bank liquidity, continues to flatline. And even if I bring up, which I don't want to do here, but even if I bring up the more common measure that everybody else is using, M2 also shows a dip between right about now and mid-October. So I'm not saying the breakout is not taking place. I do believe that it will. However, I do think that we're going to have to wait just a couple more weeks before Bitcoin makes maybe another dip, maybe another retest of 114,000, 115,000. And I do believe that from that higher low, we might see a breakout into new all-time highs. But that's all I had from this quick update. Just wanted to clarify that it's Bitcoin did indeed do what it needed to do in order to stay bullish here and open up this possibility of a cycle extension into 2026. I'll see you all in the next video.